Mercenary companies are different from the commonly known security companies in that some are primarily involved in providing direct force, while others are responsible for providing training equipment and other logistical functions. Mercenary companies have a long history and have even played a pivotal role in various historical events. For example, the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War relied heavily on mercenary companies. They provided transportation, carpentry, machinery maintenance, and even food and medicine-related services. After World War II, the U.S. Army, which was gradually equipped with various high-tech weapons, relied more and more on mercenary companies. The Vietnam War could even be said to be a war contracted by mercenary companies. Since the 9/11 terrorist attacks, the United States has seen a surge in demand for armed forces to combat terrorism, driving the rapid growth of mercenary agencies. The United Nations estimated in 2010 that the private military security market has exceeded $100 billion, with nearly 70% of that business coming from the United States and Britain. Mercenary companies have always played an important role in U.S. military operations, from the 1990s Colombia drug war to the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, which can be seen in many U.S. government employees of mercenary companies. In 2009, figures showed that the U.S. Department of Defense employed 218,000 mercenaries. Today, we will introduce you to the top 10 mercenary companies in global history, in no particular order. Combat Support Agency, CSA. CSA is a company founded in 1998 as a bidder for a combat service support contract in Kuwait, a country still experiencing regional chaos after the 1991 Persian Gulf War, and with Iraq's frequent actions at the time. The U.S. government determined that outside assistance was needed to assist the Kuwaiti government. In July 1999, the U.S. Army selected CSA as the contractor to provide the program under the Kuwait Operational Services Support Contract, a 10-year contract that runs through September 2009. Military Professional Resources Incorporate, MPRI. MPRI is the largest private military company in the U.S. and the most closely associated with the U.S. government. Headquartered in Virginia, the company was founded in 1987 by retired General Vernon Lewis. Like other private military companies, MPRI is made up of many retired generals, officers, and non-commissioned officers from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Special Forces. There are more than 2,000 retired military personnel in the company's archives, and the company's top brass is so full of generals that it has been reported that MPRI has more generals than are currently serving in the Pentagon. Armor Group. Armor Group is a global risk management company that provides risk management to governments, corporations, and humanitarian organizations, including risk assessment, risk management, security training, and mine action. In 2014, Armor Group released two reports, the Spain and Portugal General Threat Assessment and the Athens Greece Security Assessment, which analyzed the terrorist threat to Spain and Portugal and the security situation for the Athens Olympics. The firm is headquartered in London and has offices in 38 countries with 7,500 employees and a regional center for the Asia-Pacific in Hong Kong. The Arctic Fox Mercenary Organization. The Arctic Fox Mercenary Organization is the world's most secretive mercenary organization, and very little information about them can be found on the internet. The Arctic Fox was founded in 1984 with only 34 people and has maintained this number for many years, never recruiting on a large scale. But even so, the strength of this elite group of soldiers is still enough to boast to the world. Even the famous Blackwater does not dare to provoke them, which shows its fearfulness. It is said that most of the members of this organization are retired elites of the U.S. Special Forces and other European and American Special Forces. They are rarely employed by the regular national forces. Most of them are employed by private individuals to carry out some tasks that violate international law, such as kidnapping, assassination, and so on. Unlike ordinary employment agencies, once they join the battlefield, they will specialize in hunting and killing the opposing side's special forces, and therefore become the nightmare of the military forces of various countries. For them, although the difficulty of hunting and killing special soldiers, there is money can be. The Cossacks. The name Cossacks comes from the Turkic language and means a free man or a brave man. The Cossacks are a nomadic group of people living on the steppes of Eastern Europe. They are not a people, but a group. In this group, there are Russians, Slavs, Ukrainians, Mongols, Poles, Caucasians, and so on. During the Second World War, the Soviet Union had over 300,000 Cossacks in 17 divisions. In 1941, the Cossacks officially participated in the war. The Germans were psychologically shadowed by the Cossacks, and as soon as they seized the opportunity, the open battlefield became a stage for the Cossacks to perform and kill like crazy. Executive outcomes. the founder of Executive Outcomes, Barrow, was the second in command of the 32nd Air Reconnaissance Battalion in South Africa. After retiring from the army, he became a staff member of the National Cooperation Agency, NCA, whose main activities included intelligence work and assassination operations. When South Africa disbanded the NCA in 1989, Barrow was faced with unemployment, so he simply jumped into the business and formed EO. EO's ostensible clients were legitimate governments recognized by international law, most notably Angola and the Lion Mountains, but EO's real clients were multinational corporations that extracted natural resources. In the case of Lion Mountain, the government at the time did not have the money to hire EO to fight the roof rebels, but a company called Branched Road Energy took credit for the government of Lion Mountain and guaranteed the wages of EO. Some say that the group of South African mercenaries in the movie, Blood Diamond, is an allusion to the EO. Israel EZO Mercenary Group. Because of Israel's long history of hostility to Arab nations and its geographic location surrounded by Arab nations, there is always the possibility of war. To make up for the shortage of soldiers, Israel was almost universally conscripted, and both men and women were required to serve in the military. Because of the abundance of soldiers and the frequency of warfare, Israel has developed many experienced soldiers who are highly capable of fighting. Israeli soldiers are famous and sought after in the world's mercenary market, and the soldiers belonging to this company are found on the battlefields all over the world, and wherever there is war, there is EZO. Academy was an American private military company founded in 1997 by former Navy SEAL officer Eric Prince as Blackwater, renamed as Z Services in 2009 and known as Academy since 2011 after the company was acquired by a group of private investors. Founded with 6 people, the company's business skyrocketed after 9/11, growing 600-fold from 2002 to 2005. In those days, the company claimed to be the world's most comprehensive company specializing in military, law enforcement, security, and peacekeeping and stability operations. The company received widespread notoriety in 2007 when a group of its employees killed 17 Iraqi civilians and injured 20 in Nisour Square, Baghdad, for which 4 guards were convicted in the U.S., but later pardoned on December 22, 2020, by President Donald Trump. Titan Corporation. Titan Corporation is a former number 1 mercenary company. It was a United States-based company with its headquarters located in San Diego, California. It was a United States-based company with its headquarters located in San Diego, California. Listed on the New York Stock Exchange, the company's primary businesses include homeland security and counterterrorism missions. Titan has sales of $2 billion in 2003, employs 12,000 people, and has operations in 12 countries worldwide. CACI International Inc. CACI is currently the largest security company in the world and is one of the Forbes 1000 companies today. Founded in 1962 and headquartered in Clinton, Virginia, CACI has more than 100 offices in North America and Western Europe, employs approximately 23,000 people, and has a market capitalization of $6 billion. It is the 6th largest security provider to the U.S. federal government, the 23rd largest provider to the U.S. Navy, the 53rd largest provider to the Department of Defense, and the 36th largest publicly traded company in the Washington, D.C. area. Its main businesses include debt recovery and financial management, knowledge management, intelligence management technology, laboratory information management systems, security engineering, and logistic sensor systems, and simulation systems. Here is Monopony. Welcome to like, comment and subscribe. See you next episode.